And let's welcome our political commentator Colin James now, who's in Wellington for us. Good morning, Colin. Can you please, kia ora, can you please outline the process, if you like, of choosing a new leader and what we're likely to see over the next 4 weeks?
Well, it's quite interesting, and the party is billing it as the biggest party event in terms of election in Australasia, and I've got no way of judging that, but it's certainly going to be big. There's 10 days of meetings from the 31st to the 9th, and that'll be 8 to 12 meetings. They haven't settled on that finally yet. It's a postal ballot, and you have to have been a member at midnight on the day in which David Shearer announced that he was going to resign. The result will be announced on the 15th of September. So that's the process. It's quite an interesting process. By the way, the meetings are going to be open to the media to report. So that is also the possibility that they get some publicity from that.
Whoever the new leader is, Colin, they will absolutely have to unify the party. How might they do that?
Look, I should have added before, there's also the unions will be voting as well in the most democratic way possible, the rules say, and then of course the caucus votes, and then they take all of that together and they put it into a single vote, and it's a preferential system. So whoever finishes up with the winning has a majority of the votes. Basically Labor has to, out of this, get an energised party and a united party. I think the process will in fact energise Labor, and I think the way in which this is conducted and the pressure and the needs will actually end up taking a lot of the disunity out of the party, shall we say, put it that way. It's part of Labor is it's got a number of strands running through it. Some of those strands don't get on with other strands. That's like other parties, but this has the opportunity to focus much more on the election ahead. And I think it'll probably do that, actually. Do
you think we could see some deals done here in order to unify the left of the party and the centre left of the party? When I say deals, positioning of some of these senior MPs.
Well, the two leading contenders, and we don't know yet how many there'll be exactly, are, as pointed out, David Cunliffe and Grant Robertson. And they will be asked at the meetings that whether they will put their main contender or their main opponent in their inner circle after they're elected. Now, the deputy is actually elected by the caucus, not in this process at all, and you can't have a running mate, as it were. But what I expect to be the case is that both David Cunliffe and Grant Robertson will, in answer to that question, say yes. And so you're really setting up, if you read through the runes there, you're really setting up a David Cunliffe, Grant Robertson, or Grant Robertson, David Cunliffe leadership. And that gives you two quite complementary people and quite well-developed politically people for the party at the top. If that happens, and let's say nothing's for sure in politics.
Quite right. Colin James, our political commentator, thank you.
Can I just add one thing?
Sure.
There's a possibility, pointed out to me this morning, there might be a woman's candidate.
Excellent.
A woman candidate.
Who might that be?
And also that, because there's a women's conference, a Labor women's conference this weekend.
Any names, Colin?
No, I don't.
All right, we have to leave it there. Colin James, political commentator, thank you.